Hello everyone and welcome to Exquisite Blossoms. Today we will be doing an update on the Cattleyas and an update on the Tolumnias. So let's begin. First, unfortunately, we have Tolumnia Jrack Firm Blackball. This orchid from the get-go didn't look so great, and slowly but surely she started to lose all her leaves. Yep, looks like she's completely gone. She had 3 new growths. Unfortunately, I ended up breaking one, but the other 2 she just let them go, and this is the final state of this orchid. I would like to believe that this orchid was sick from the get-go because the other 2 Tolumnias that I do have, they seem to be thriving and doing really well. I unfortunately don't know what was wrong with this orchid, but it's unfortunate. Next we have Tolumnia Jrack Flyer Magic and Tolumnia Jrack Flyer Red Masks. And the reason why I'm showing you guys these 2 orchids is because they are doing pretty well. So these orchids I'm contemplating on actually repotting and putting them in a slightly bigger pot just because they are drying out way too quick. I've watered these guys on Friday and the medium is already pretty dry. So this time when I do repot them, I think I might be repotting them in semi-hydro since they are drinking a lot more water. But before I do that, I think I might test it out on one of these orchids first and see how she does in semi-hydro. And if the orchids thrive, then I might switch the other Tolumnia into semi-hydro as well. Next we have Cattleya Bycolor, and at the time of repotting this orchid, I don't believe she had a healthy root system, and I also decided to divide the orchid. And surprisingly, this division had a tiny little swelling which she actually held on to. So it might be hard to tell, but there is a new growth right there. And she's also producing new roots. And there's also another swelling right over, really hard to tell, but right over there. And right there is the new root growth down below, and this is the new growth right here. So looks like this Cattleya Bycolor, the division, will be making it. And this, the other division of the Cattleya Bycolor, at the time, this was the latest growth. This was the newest growth. And down at the base of her cane, of her pseudobulb, there is a slight swelling, but I know it will be pretty hard to see. And I believe she is in the process of making new roots. I don't believe the roots are absorbing any water just yet. They still have that white look to them. So right now, I know these orchids don't look like they're in the greatest condition, but they are on their way to recovery. So I can only hope for the best. Lastly, we have Cattleya Red Apple and Cattleya Wufong Rose. And at the time of purchase, these orchids were potted up in sphagnum moss and fir bark. And when I repot them, I repotted the Cattleya Red Apple in pumice and leca. And this orchid was potted in pumice, only pumice. So about a month later, it looked like they didn't take too well to the repot, and this girl looked in a worse condition compared to this Cattleya. So I was more worried about this one, so I definitely did a repot. I repotted her back into a sphagnum moss and fir bark medium, and right now she looks like she's doing pretty well. She's already working on a new growth right here. Her pseudobulbs still look like they're pretty shriveled, and her latest growth is starting to shrivel a little. But I'm not too worried. I'm pretty sure once all these new roots start absorbing water, they'll bounce back up. So there's only 1 or 2 roots that are actually turning green when they are being watered. As for this growth, she has managed to shoot out new roots, and there is swelling right there. So it looks like this broken rhizome looks like she will make it. So I'm not too worried. Once she starts absorbing water, she'll be fine. I'm pretty sure her pseudobulbs will plump back up, but they might not look in the same state like they were before. As for the Cattleya Red Apple, the reason why I didn't repot her the same time as repotting this orchid was because I did notice that she was shooting out new root growths, and I didn't want to chance repotting her while she was while the new roots were getting used to this medium. So I left her as is, and yeah, she has managed to make quite a bit of roots. So right there is one of the latest roots right there. And there's a whole bunch more. It's probably really hard to see, but she definitely has new roots down there. So at the time her bulbs also shriveled up, but they have managed to plump back up, but they haven't 100% plump back to that nice shiny plump look. They still have a little bit of shrivels in the pseudobulb. And she is working on this new growth. So I would like to believe that this orchid has reestablished herself in this new medium, and looks like I will just leave her as is until it's time to repot her. Then I will get rid of the older roots that she has let go of. So that was the full update on the Cattleyas and Tolumnias. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you have an exquisite day. Bye!